What's going on, YouTube? This is your host for tonight's roundtable, and we have a happy-go-lucky show for you all this evening. Folks, I love me some roundtable, man. It's the best Lions show on YouTube. There is nothing like hanging out with my friends and the pride. Let's just get straight into this bad boy right now with my intros. The first man on the panel can bungee jump with no rope. What up, though, Luke G? The first man on the panel. What's up, Luke G?
What up, though? Let's get it popping, man. I'm ready to get this done. As usual, I'm on the go, so excuse me, people.
And lastly, our next member on the panel can play a violin with a piano. What up, though, TA of Noble Sports?
What it do, baby? What it do?
Hey, TA, can you do me a big-time favor and do some roll
you know,
call?
Mike. Yeah, okay, we got in the room on today. What's up, Adam? We got Adam in the house. Blue Rain Studios, Pick 6. Detroit Drew. What's up, Drew? Kyle Webb is in the house. James Holyfield is in the house. The General himself is in the house and in the building. Devin 99 is in the house. Come on in the room, guys. Get them likes up. You know how we do it, guys.
Let's get it. All right, man. So we all know what's taken place over the last couple of days when it comes to news. Reports came out yesterday that the Detroit Lions were sending Scout to the Kaepernick workout. Do you believe the Lions will sign Colin Kaepernick, TA?
Man, I think that the Lions are teasing us right now, man. Pretty much word is you got 32 teams going down there. The Lions did send a representative down there to go and see what Colin is looking like. He's definitely going to do some drills and some couple interviews and things of that nature. But I think that the Lions probably, I don't know if this is the type of player that the Lions want to bring in, especially with the, we had the situation last year with Kareem Hunt, and we wanted to definitely go out to Kareem Hunt after the situation that happened with him. And then this situation that happened with Colin Kaepernick. I don't know if they want to bring that type of attention to the franchise, but anything right now, do, because we looking horrible, man. so I definitely think that the Lions will send that person down there, but I don't think that they'll sign him. But if they did, that'll be good to see him, man, to see what he can do still.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, we got a new guy that's joining with us right now. He is the man who went skydiving and his parachute failed to open. So the next day he took it back to get a refund. What up, though, no, Miss J?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing, man?
What's up,
No, miss. Hey. Right, you, man. You heard the reports out. The Lions were sending scouts to Colin Kaepernick workout, man. Do you think the Lions are going to sign him?
It ain't about a thing. It's just about a know that I know it ain't going to happen. I mean, yeah, they send their scouts out there. They just jumping their hat. If he even gets signed by a team, period. I think they're just testing this thing out. Been some time since the lawsuit now. It's going to be interesting. If I had to say anybody would sign him, it never know. It could be last team we expect to get him, either us or the Pats. It won't really affect us too much if we do sign him. It won't affect us if we don't sign him. But, I mean, it's just interesting to know that this is happening. I say fans don't get too caught up into it because a lot of the stuff to focus on. Let's see what we hear after the practices. That's just my take.
Okay. Luke G from Luke G's Field Review. What do you think, man? The Lions going to sign Colin Kaepernick?
No, and they shouldn't. There's no reason to sign him. Many people gonna think I'm crazy, but at the end of the day, he's not gonna come in and save this season. Okay, let's say they bring in Colin Kaepernick, right? And Colin Kaepernick go off, and Lions win every game out. They still need prayers, angels, and doves to make the playoffs, so it don't matter. So why are we going to go out and sign him? That's the first reason. Secondly, no, they're not going to sign him because guess what? There's no reason to sign a guy that when you don't even know if this coaching staff is going to be here afterwards. He got another good reason if you think that they should. What's the point of bringing in a guy who is going to come with a full media storm? I don't think this coaching staff can handle a media storm. They can barely handle questions about their job security. How they going to handle questions about Colin Kaepernick? And is he going to kneel this week or is he not going to kneel? Is he in there starting social justice talks and things like that? This team is not built for that type of storm. They got enough problems as it is. They need to stay as far away as they can from this. Okay, I don't even know why they sending somebody there. It's almost like they doing it just so they don't let the only oddball team to not really care.
Yeah.
But this is what second, third. How many workouts they don't give this man and nobody signed him? So the Lions should in no way, fashion come close to saying, yeah, we're going to go out and sign a guy or we're serious about it. No, you're not serious about it, and you shouldn't be.
Dude, we can barely handle an inch of a snowstorm over here, more or less the storm that he would bring. They got rid of Quandre Diggs because of, quote unquote, not dealing with the Patriot or Patricia way.
Yeah.
How are they going to handle a Colin Kaepernick who makes that look like it's minute? It would frustrate me because they got rid of Quandre Diggs for this reason. They didn't get a Kareem Hunt in the offseason who me and TA wanted. I wanted to get
Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
They didn't want the distractions. So why would they do that then here? To me, it just sends absolutely no common sense when it comes to signals, because you could have really upgraded your roster with getting Kareem Hunt, not sending away Quandre Diggs, and then bringing Colin Kaepernick, who makes them look like nothing when it comes to media attention. And so, again, I think I'm with you guys. I think they're just doing their due diligence, or again, trying to save quote unquote face to not look like the oddball out. I pretty much think that's what it is. I wouldn't even really think anything else of it other than that, in my personal opinion.
I mean, but take it a step further, though. Take it a step further, Mike.
Go ahead.
Take it a step further, Mike. You bring up the Quandre Diggs thing, and that's another aspect that many people don't realize. If you traded Quandre Diggs away for quote unquote being too controversial with his mouth in the locker room,
right?
Why would we even suggest the idea of bringing in somebody who we know don't care if it's going to cost him a shot at the NFL, or at least he act like he don't care? Why would we bring that guy in here? And what does it send? What kind of message does it send to the team? The same message that it's going to send to the rest of the world. Dang, they so confused over there. God, they so unorganized. Lord Jesus, what are they doing? Well, somebody just go ahead and stop this. They have to be consistent in what they're going to do. If you're going to boot somebody out because apparently he was talking too much, you can't bring somebody in who's going to just talk just as much as him.
I agree with Tactile. He says the front office should worry more about winning than what people are going to say. And that's what frustrated me, why they got rid of Quandre Diggs.
Yeah. And he's already.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to cut y'all off, but y'all knows the signs. The Matt Patricia is doing exactly what I go through on a regular basis at work. When they get a new company in, what they do is they try to act like they all caring and they all play people friendly. And then what they start doing is they start changing things up, shaking up the rules, and weeding out the longtime veterans. And they ain't go like for example, like Darius Slay, he's on his way out the door because think about it, getting rid of guys who are basically like his family, and then he's used to the coaching staff, but they're not really saying nothing to him. It's almost act like they're ignoring him and they're getting rid of everybody else around him. He's being outspoken about one way or another. Before you know it, something's going to happen around the time the offseason get here, and he's probably going to be the one requesting a trade. They're finding different ways to weed people out through stuff like this. That's what they're really doing. Think about it. You get rid of one of our top players because of a locker room situation. So that means they're sending a message to the rest of the veterans that were already here before they got here. You guys are out. That's what it's all about.
They could be cleaning house. Yeah, that's true.
Now, let's talk about how it would frustrate you, because if they did that, what about Kareem Hunt? That is someone you really, really wanted.
Yeah, man. I really wanted Kareem Hunt. I thought that that was a player that the Lions could have went after. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we all make mistakes. We all have done some things that we're not proud of. And you know what I'm saying? Kareem Hunt, being a professional, man, he has to learn from the aspect of like this. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch your on the field and off the field activities as a professional, because there's always people that's trying to get you in trouble. There's people that's trying to get to the money bag, all type of situations, man. And I just think that with the Lions right now, I mean, with the Colin Kaepernick situation and then like the Kareem Hunt thing, is that the type of thing that the Lions are known for doing, bringing players in like this? And it's no. They're not used to this type of thing going on. So I definitely think that that the Lions, I don't know, man. They just got to get it together, Mike. They got to get it together.
To me, the part that ticks me off.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the part that ticks me off is that I remember when like their first year, Bob Quinn's first year here, we signed 2 tight ends that both had history of police records and assault and battery. Now I understand Kareem Hunt's situation was more towards a female and it was on camera. It looks bad. You can understand why they probably didn't sign. If it had been like a bar fight or something and he got in trouble, a nasty bar fight with someone, there's a 50-50 chance they still wouldn't get him, but I can still say it would be a possibility. But the thing is that they get inconsistent on these type of issues. They'll bring somebody in with loads of problems. They get suspended all the time, but then something like this where a guy can get a second chance, they don't give him a shot like Joe Mixon. Bob Quinn's like, it's not fair that he don't get to practice the combine because it still people should want to scout him just in case they want to get him, and then you don't even have any idea even drafting him or that year or any running back for that matter in that 2017 draft. And that's what was like, you guys, they do things backwards. And I think the thing is now what we have to do from here on out is really watch the Lions just careful and not get ourselves excited for every draft pick and free agency move they make in the future, because we have to now put a scratch to the head because we don't know what direction they could end up being if this coaching staff still stays. We have to be careful now.
I mean, y'all could not be more all over the place. The Colin Kaepernick and Kareem Hunt situations are totally different. That's one. Two.
Yeah, he kind of said that.
Two. What's the point of even bringing in Kareem Hunt if you're just gonna run a dive play? And who's the guard that can open the hole for him? I'm not trying to be funny, but where has been our longest run? Our longest run has been what? 8 yards? 14 yards? So you go out and get Kareem Hunt to do what? Run behind who?
8 yards.
I mean, come on, man.
Hey, Luke, I think he'll look prettier doing it.
Listen. They better go out. They better go out and get the Incredible Hulk because he gonna have to carry people to the end zone. I don't know who. Ain't nobody getting moved up front. I don't care who you put back there. Go get Derrick Henry, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. But it's still wishful thinking on our part.
It's the idea that
the idea of getting a player like that.
It's the idea that they only bring in bookworms and guys with that are completely right. Like, I don't mind if they bring in a bad guy every once in a while, like an Ndamukong Suh. That it's a little bit different temperament. Like, it's okay to go outside the bookworm. Like, I don't care about other things. I just want to win, damn it. It's not that hard. Like,
right.
If we take a chance on injured players like Mike Daniels, why the hell aren't you going to take a chance on somebody that maybe he made a mistake or an off-field issue?
Right.
I don't know, man. That's my thinking, man. I want to see a little bit of pit bull every once in a while.
Well, you're not going to see that because the Ndamukong Suh. There is so much. The biggest thing that made Ndamukong Suh say bump it didn't have nothing to do with the money the Lions was offering. It was the fan base. Right. The fan base was absolutely horrible. Yeah. So horrible. I can go and play videos of people talking ridiculously stupid about this guy, and I'm like, he's our bad guy. Right. The Pittsburgh Steelers had James Harris. They called him a dirty guy. It was their dirty guy.
Right.
Vontaze Butterfield was on the Cincinnati Bengals, but it was their guy.
Yeah.
Bill Romanowski on the Raiders. All these dirty players, Rodney Harrison, they was their bad guy. Our fan base ran the players up out of here. All they do is listen to the radio. Who?
Denver Broncos, who had what's his name? That DB that went to the Rams. Akeem Talib. Dirty.
Oh yeah.
Man, listen. They all say that they bad guys until you want them. They all say that they bad guys until you want them. And at the end of the day, we're going to take choir boys. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But what they don't say is New England don't care if you're a choir boy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care if you're a choir boy. He believes in giving you second chances.
Hey,
that's why he went to the A to Meek Mills.
The owner of the New England Patriots is not a choir boy either, because he was caught literally red-handed.
he got his hands caught in the cookie jar.
So he's just trying to get individuals such as himself. Folks, we are dealing with a boatload of injuries. What player do you want to see back on the field Sunday, Nomis?
That would be, I mean, outside of the big name on offense, which is Kerryon Johnson, if I think of somebody else, can we get Deshaun Hand back? Because if he's, I mean, his season is pretty much ruined anyway, but I think with his help, we could still do a lot better. Because he was playing good in the game he did came back. But it's just that I'm starting to wonder now if, I guess that's my own personal video, but that he's just one of the guys I want to see back. Or either Tracy Walker, one of those two.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy. I want to see Tracy Walker. You took it right out of my mouth. The guy is a beast on the field, makes the most tackles. He knocks the ball out of people's hands, will force fumbles, interception, and our defense took a hit since he has been off the field. I would love to see him back. Luke G., what player do you want to see back on the field Sunday that's been injured?
I'm not going to be able to see him. There's only one player I want to see back, and I'm not going to be able to see him, and that's Kerryon Johnson. I'm sick of this. I know we need a running back, but golly. Yeah, I believe that if they gave him the right opportunity to run the ball appropriately, we can get a run game going and stop with this up the gut stuff. But we're not going to get a chance to see him. So I got to go with my next best guess and just simply say the guy that I want back, it absolutely has to be Tracy Walker, because I can't do this whole Will Harris and Tavon Wilson show. It's despicable.
Michael Sanders says the toughest guy on our team is Matt Stafford. Am I wrong? He may be the toughest guy in the NFL, but yeah, no doubt you ain't wrong about them being on the Lions team. TA, who do you want to see back on the field, man?
Man, I want to see Quandre Diggs back out there, man. Can we go get Quandre back, and then I'll be all right? No, I want to see Ty get back out there. I want to see Ty Johnson get definitely back out there. I think the last report on him was that he was at practice. I think he's back at practice. So I definitely, I think Ty's he's going to come back. I definitely want to, and I would say Matthew Stafford, but I can't say Matthew because I know what he's dealing with. But and you're definitely going to have to sit Matthew Stafford out. I think that you should just sit him down for the remainder and allow that back to heal up. Because if you don't allow that to heal, man, that's going to be an ongoing problem for him, man, and that's not good. So I definitely want to see Ty Johnson and possibly Mike Daniels finally get back out there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Mike.
Then he can fall right back on the injury list.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. No.
Man, I don't want to see Matthew Stafford back there because I know he's back. I don't want to see this guy end up being, paralyzed, getting wrong hit. Of course, I can't wait for him to be back in the field, but I wanted to make sure he 100% before that man hits the field. We're not winning any games. We're not going anywhere. No reason to put through that man some harm. And, I just want the guy to get rest. He deserves it. The dude has been beat up left and right on this team for over a decade, and no reason to ruin his future for a wrong hit. Now, if he's good to go, he's good to go, but he's missed practice on Wednesday and today as well. I miss Stafford. It's boring without him. That is a fact. Stafford asking for a trade. I don't think so. I also want to see Trey Flowers make less money. Hey, Buffed Up, I kind of agree. Quick question. Why do Warford find success when he left Detroit and when he went to New Orleans?
I got this one. I got this one. No. The reason why he had success going over to New Orleans, because one, Larry Warford was always a talented offensive lineman. He came out. He had a stellar rookie year coming out the third round. The problem was, I admit, injuries kind of derailed him too. But the other thing is the Lions coaching staff and how they use people is which hurts these offensive linemen or any player on our team. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to tell me when we had Joe Lombardi that he can understand, he couldn't play or last on that line at all. It was at least average, but he can go to the Saints where some way how Joe Lombardi is there. Right. And now he's looking like he's going to be a Hall of Famer if he keeps this up. No, it's the way that they're coached. It's that they're all in sync. It's not just offensive line coach. It's the guys around him. It's the run game coordinators. It's the pass game coordinators. They're all in sync. They coach this young man up. He's been able to stay healthy, and they have an actual link. They put other talent there as well. You know, they got guys from the Seahawks, I think, when they made that trade. They got players that you can rely on each other, and each of them can do their own separate job. And that's why he's able to fit over there. That's why Riley Reef is also able to survive over there in Minnesota, because they're properly coached. They have a system already. We're still trying to build one. And ones are like this, we're still going to be in the beginning phases of trying to figure out how we can develop young guys. We just not getting any life barely out of Joe Dahl. So
Right.
let's just keep real. We can't even get a first-round pick right. People are taking fifth-rounders and turn them into starters. There's something wrong with our organization and the coaching staff.
Well, let's throw it even deeper, and I'll make this one even sting more. Lake and Trash Juice over there at the 49ers is doing pretty well.
Oh, God. I was just –
Yeah,
I was
Lincoln
just telling
Tomlinson, he's doing well with the 49ers. That's right, Mike.
Absolutely, and this guy was an absolute bust for us. He goes over there and he does well. It's like, why do these players do well when they leave this franchise? And it's frustrating because all we want is to see these guys progress well with our team and going forward. When you get these players, you want to see them develop.
It's called doing the simple things that make sense. When do the Lions do the simple thing make sense? We need to get pass rush on the defense. Do they send a blitz? Do they do anything? No. That's the mentality of your organization. They don't do the simple things. They don't never have two things that match. They either got they get an offensive coordinator who's supposed to be about running the ball. What's the strength of the offense? The passing attack. Do they even attempt to run? No. You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's something. I don't know what it is. I don't know who's thinking. I wish I can just work inside the organization and just figure out who the hell is doing it. Excuse my French, but what's going on?
Right. Let me help you guys out right quick. Right.
Now, Giovanni Barnett says, who do you all hate the most? The Cowboys or the Cowgirls? Let me get it right. The Packers or the refs? Well, basically, what that trio there is the devil, the Antichrist, and the false prophet.
Right. It's the Trinity. The Trinity of hell.
So I hate them all three as one. I think they're individuals I simply do not like. Now, George Morgan says they've got the Kool-Aid with no sugar. Man,
George.
Exactly. All right, TA, man, I got a question for you. Matthew Stafford did not practice. He's probably not going to play. Do we have a chance with Jeff Driskel as starter? And if we do have a chance, what are your expectations of him?
Man, okay. Oh, great question, Mike. Jeff, okay, I got a chance to watch him a little bit on Sunday, and he was okay. You know, he was okay. Matthew Stafford being out, pretty much Matthew Stafford is probably not going to go again this Sunday, and you're going to have Jeff out there. My expectation out of him is just to do the best that he can, because he's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, he's pretty much out there to, you know, try to pass time, I should say, on the healing of Matthew Stafford. And I just think that the expectation for him is just to go out and win the football game. That's the only expectation that he has to do, is to go out there and try to win the football game. Now, can he get that done? We don't know. But what we do know is that he's going to be out there to perform on Sunday, and we want the best from our backup. And if he can get out there and get the W, I think the expectation for that is what you want from him. That's the only thing that you want from your backup, is to try to go out there and get a solid W for you. And if he can do that, man, I'm telling you, Mike, it's looking real good for that game.
Oh, man, look, I have no expectations of Mr. Jeff Driskel. I'm actually, given the fact that he just had a couple hours understanding he was the starter, it's kind of surprising he did fairly well given the circumstances.
Exactly.
And I got to give my hats off to him, man. He was put in a really bad situation. He made the best of it. He's no starter, obviously, but my expectations is, you know, just stay healthy throughout the whole game. You know, we already got injuries at quarterback where there's a great chance we're not going to get a W, and just survive the game and keep moving forward. What about yourself, Nomis? Do you think we got a chance Sunday, and what are your expectations of Driskel?
Well, it's not even about if we got a chance. I just want to see what happens. Now, as far as Driskel goes, last week I was like,
We got Robo Nomis.
Robo Nomis.
Oh no, are you serious?
Yeah.
No,
So
are you
TA,
serious?
Yeah, you good now.
Okay. I was gonna say is that he actually performed, like you said, he performed very well. And the thing is, I felt that Galladay and the decided to go, and the fact that the offense decided to go to Marvin and Hawkinson late, I felt that those combinations really lost us the game last week, because those a lot to me drop pass, easy passes that were catchable, and I can't blame that on him. And he actually did what he could to scramble around and throw that dart downfield to get us in position and still be within one score. And yes, he, like as James Willis said, he can run too. Catching the batted ball down and taking it off for some yardage. If the defense can do somewhat what they did last game, as far as run, which I highly doubt, because Ezekiel Elliott just kills us.
Yeah.
They should, unless the offense shows up on the passing attack and it's a shootout. We may have a chance, we may not win. That's all I can say. But I think he'll be fine.
I think his running ability is a big time plus, specifically because it's in the Darrell Bevell offense. I think he'll get more of a chance to shine when it comes to his running ability, given the fact that they understand that he's probably going to be the starter. I mean, this is better than 2 hours notice. He has a whole week. He has, he can learn a little bit more and design plays to his strengths. And we all know his strength is running the football. And you're 100% right when it comes to these wide receivers. When you have a backup in there, everybody's got to tighten up their game, because they understand that they got to help this guy out. He's not the starter. They need to do their part and help him out. Anytime a ball gets near them, they need to catch it. Anytime there is a hole opening, the running back needs to get through it. Anytime the defense is on there, they got to hold. These are the type of things you must do when a backup is in there. Any failure will result in a loss, and I think that's why we're going to lose this Sunday.
Hey, but T. Claypool says, first of all, of course, we got a chance because the Jets beat the Cowboys and Dolphins beat the Jets. And we could at least see those teams and got to get lucky. Yeah, I feel them.
Hey, it's the NFL. Any
given Sunday.
And that is absolute fact. And think of the Dallas Cowboys, TA. What player on the Dallas Cowboys do the Lions really need to focus on Sunday to attempt to get a W?
Well, no other than himself, the man of the hour, Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. You definitely got to focus on him, because he had a horrible game the last game that he played in, and I definitely think that he's going to try to bounce back against the Detroit Lions. So you got to watch out for Elliott more so than anything else, because the last couple of meetings that we had against the Detroit Lions, okay.
Go ahead, Tia.
Yeah, the last couple times that the Lions have gone against the Cowboys, Ezekiel has run all through the defense. So you definitely want to watch out for Mr. Elliott on Sunday. I think, but I don't know if we're gonna stop him, man. I really don't think that we have the defense to be able to stop him. I think he's gonna finally get over 100 yards against us. And as sad as it is, I mean, it is what it is. But I just don't think that we got the defense to be able to stop him. And ultimately, I think that the Cowboys will probably end up getting a W against us, even though I would love for the Lions to get that game.
Now, Ezekiel Elliott is definitely an individual Lions got to pay attention to. Interestingly enough, I'm paying attention to the injury report, because there is a lot of offensive linemen that's actually injured for their team. And I think that's why you're seeing a little bit of a down when it comes to Ezekiel Elliott. Their stud offensive line is injured. And Amari Cooper's injured as well. He didn't practice. We'll see how that's going. So I'm more paying attention to the injury report and see who's going to be starting, because if their offensive line, a lot of those players are hurting and not going to be able to go, it is going to hurt Ezekiel Elliott, and which we need every injury humanly possible to get this W, because their offensive line is, I think, probably the best in the NFL period when it comes to run blocking. They're number one, pass blocking. They're number 4. Ezekiel Elliott is a fantastic back, and they're a power team. So, and our defense is not so good. Nomis, what player from the Dallas Cowboys to the Lions need to pay attention close to?
Now, y'all obviously said Elliott, so I'm going to switch to the defense. And if he's not injured, the young second-year pro and Leighton Vander Esch, because I just realized something. we have a backup quarterback, and to me, they play defense still a little bit different. It's not about whose defense is better versus Tim and the Bears. He is somebody who comes off very sneakily. As big as he is, he's a very sneaky player. You gotta be careful with him. You don't know if he's gonna be a pass rusher or he's gonna drop back in coverage. He's the type of guy that surprises a lot of quarterbacks who are not ready for him. He's way better than I ever thought he was gonna be. And yeah, Dexter Lawrence is one, but I think the funny thing is I can see us slowing Dexter Lawrence down, and I feel like he would benefit a lot from it. Like he's like the successor of Lee, basically. I'm concerned about him.
Yeah, he's got a bright future, and he's definitely a good player. He played for them really great last year. I think he's coming back to a little bit more reality this year, but he's still a fantastic player on defense, and he's a playmaker. So definitely Driskel. Yes, Zach, I believe Matthew Stafford is not going to play, so Driskel's got to pay attention to that when he is in the lineup there. And it's gonna be a tough game, folks. I think the Dallas Cowboys is a mismatch for us, and that offensive line, even though it's injured and banged up, is very good, even with their banged up. And that's yeah. Go ahead.
And then, Mike, just to piggyback off that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Didn't the Cowboys just lose the last game?
I believe they did, and they're 5-4, so they're probably looking a little bit of revenge right now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They're going to come in here and definitely say, man, we got to go in there and get the win against Detroit, because the Cowboys are still trying to compete for that division lead with the Philadelphia Eagles. So I definitely think we're going to get the best of the Cowboys on Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. And this question's going to go to the chat, because I want to see what the chat's got to answer as well as I send it to these guys.
Okay.
No, Miss J, is this game Sunday a must-win for the Lions?
If they consider themselves at least the sixth seed in the playoffs, god darn right. Because at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, for example, they've been proving to show that they play down to their competition as well. And right now we're down and we're practically zero competition. The Lions are able to find a way to stuff them run, because if Snacks is getting healthier, hopefully, he's kind of like the Elliott killer. He's kind of like the Ezekiel Elliott killer. People got to remember that. He was with the Giants. He used to get after Elliott all the time. Elliott could never do nothing. But however, we don't know how healthy he is and how well he'll penetrate. So if the defense again shows up and this actually turns into a low-scoring game, who does low-scoring games benefit the most? Still Detroit. And I'm giving Driskel a chance. And you got to win it, because at the end of the day, you still need to establish a winning culture, because it's like, what if there is opportunity? What if you can improve after this and our coaching staff actually wakes up? Maybe you can push as far as you can, because at this point, getting an early pick for me this year is not as big as it was last year, because the fact of the matter is, I think the Lions have to be more strategy anyway in the draft this year anyway coming. So I don't even care about it early. So I think this is a must-win.
Now, I'm going to disagree with you about, low-scoring game advantage for the Lions. I think that's an advantage for the referees.
Yeah.
When it's anything near it, that thing's always advantage referees.
We're not going to get no call.
We ain't going to get no help, man. We ain't going to get no help. TA, man, is this a must-win?
Yeah, this is the must-win for the Lions. If you want if the Lions want their season to prolong and keep going, and try to do the best that they can, because they're going to need help. It ain't just the Lions winning out. They're going to need help. So if you want to try to make that run, then, because, obviously a lot of us fans think that it's over already. We've been checked out. So it's like, if they go out there and get the W, great. But at the same time, you got to know that it's definitely going to still be hard for those guys to make it, because basically, it's going to be other teams out there that going to have something to do with the destiny of the Detroit Lions. So the Lions, yes, I want them to win. Yes, they should be able to win this, try to win this game, but will they win it? Is the question that I'm thinking of, and I just don't think that they will. And I think that it's over, Mike. I think that it's over.
Now, to me, you guys said it's a must-win game. I disagree. I don't think so, because I already believe the season's over with. I don't think we have a shot. So, in all honesty, I'm not even looking for this game to get much of a win. I'm looking for progress of specific players. I want to see younger players get out there. I feel there's 0% chance we're going to make the playoffs because the NFC is stacked. We've seen what the San Francisco versus the Seattle Seahawks are. They're a powerhouse team. Even if we did get to the playoffs, you couldn't beat those teams right now. They're stacked.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm already kind of moving away from this season and looking forward to other things. Luke G, when it comes to this Sunday's game, is this a must-win game for the Lions?
No, I agree with you. The season, like I said, that's why I don't understand the idea of getting Colin Kaepernick. No, the season is not going to be hinged upon this. Now, do I give them a chance to win it? Absolutely. The Dallas Cowboys, they're not like this good team, to be honest with you. They're very inconsistent. Their rushing attack has been suffering. They have injuries just like we have injuries. So, yeah, the Lions got it. This will be one of them games we'll be like, they're going to get blown out. And then they'll show up and win. And we're like, man, what the hell? So, to me, no, this is not a must-win game because at the end of the day, the season is pretty much just over at this point. You got too many losses. There's no way we're winning out. So, no, and no.
And since we're pretty much all in agreement, seems like here the season's on the brink, of an epic collapse. I decided to look at some of the finance of the Lions, and we have nearly $50 million in cap space this offseason. $50 million in cap space. That is a lot of dough. Luke G, do you want to see some splash signings with this cash?
Nope, not one. Nope, because the only splash signing I want to see is a new head coach. I need somebody to throw some water and splash Bob Quinn in the face so he can go ahead and do what needs to be happening. Go ahead and get this guy up out of here right now so we can start for the next year. Because guess what? If he take this the very moment he take another loss, fire him and get the other guy in here so he can start putting his system in advance and have a full offseason to work through it. Seriously, I'm not trying to sit here and watch any more of it. So yeah, they can go out and spend big money on big names. It won't be the first time they've done it, but we're gonna still be back at square one because we don't have a head coach who got the galls or the balls to just simply do what is necessary and put players in position to win. Now there are some people who just love them some Matt Patricia until they don't. And so no, there's no reason for them to go out in free agency and spend big money on anybody if you're going to keep this same coaching staff.
Okay. TA, man, what do you think? $50 million in cap space. Should we go big or go home? What do you say?
Well, I got to disagree with Luke. I have to disagree with Luke. It's only one player that I really want in the offseason, and you guys know his name by now. Definitely, man. I think that, if you're going to make if I understand and I hear you, Luke, and you make a lot of sense on what you're saying. But I look at it like this, you know what I'm saying? I still feel like I can't trust the running back situation right now. That's really, really bothering me, man. With Kerryon Johnson pretty much being hurt for 2 seasons in a row. And Kerryon is a young guy. And for him to be injured 2 years in a row, man, that definitely is concerning. So what I would do is spend a little money as far as trying to get a guy in here like a Kareem Hunt in here. That's been my number one prospect to go out there because I know he's on a 1-year deal with the Cleveland Browns, and definitely everybody's going to be beating down Mr. Hunt's door to get them to get him on their respective teams. So I definitely think that yes, they should spend some cash, but spend it frugal. Don't go out there spending crazy cash, but definitely get some pieces that you need, because I think that you can move Kerryon Johnson to the number 2 back, and then you can still kind of groom Ty Johnson, because it looks like he's not really all the way ready just yet. So I just want that run, even though I know that the line got to get better too.
Now, wait, hold on, Mike. My apologies, Mike. Hold on. So what your suggestion is, TA, is we take bees to get the mouse out the house, because I don't understand. We bringing in Kareem Hunt with this coaching staff that just keep running dives up the gut. What is Kareem Hunt finna do different than Kerryon Johnson, than all the other running backs? What is he finna do different when our running game is just simply just up the gut? You know what else we gonna do today? Go up the gut. You feeling like doing something crazy? What's that? figure out what are we bringing
Right,
a guy in, paying top dollar for if we're not even going to utilize him right.
Right, but still, I mean, so are you comfortable with having Kerryon still be the number one guy?
Listen, I'm comfortable with Kerryon being the number one guy if we got another head coach, because he's going to know how to utilize all his weapons. So that means Kerryon is not sitting there taking the beating where up the gut. He's going to get opportunities outside to create his run and stretch plays. The same thing that we was doing in the past. For some reason, we're not doing that now. And to me, I don't care who the person is. You know, basically we got an artery that's bleeding. You want to put a Band-Aid with Kareem Hunt on it. It doesn't matter. You have to have the coach to put them in the right position. You don't believe me? Go and look at the Rams. They had all the talent in the world, wrong coach and Jeff Fisher. Dallas Cowboys, all the talent in the world, wrong coach and Jason Garrett. Until you get the legitimate coach in here who's going to utilize the weapons, I don't care if you bring in the second coming of Barry. It's not going to work.
When I think of this offseason, I think with the $50 million in cap, what we need to do is re-sign our players. I want to see Kenny Galladay get an extension. I even think giving Danny Amendola another year, possibly Rashawn Melvin another year. And if we're going to pick up free agents, I want the big, nasty, ugly, grunt, corn-fed Huskers up in the middle there that all they do is push and eat. And we're talking about offensive linemen and defensive linemen. And I don't think we should go out there big at all. Like, we went big this offseason. I think it's imperative simply just to get the individuals that we need up front in the lines needed. If you can get a Kareem Hunt, that would be fantastic, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to command a lot of money, right, because of the situation that he's in. I think if we could pick up sporadic free agents in that sense, that would be great. But what I want to see them is basically use the money on our own guys and prepare for the future for individuals that's going to be on this team, not just next year, but the next couple of years. And then draft, and guess what after that? Draft some more and get some young guys on here. What say you, Nomis?
Well, pretty much, I mean, I'm not got to be the guy that calls out people for jobs or not. Obviously, I know the coaching got to get better regardless if we get new staff or not. At the end of the day, I think the Lions need to be more technical with their off-season moves. And that is go after the areas you know it's weakened. We're struggling running the ball. Make the adjustments on where it's the draft or free agent. Make the adjustments on the offensive line this year. You know, although the defense is ranked 31st, you know, it could have been probably ranked better if we did better play calling. So my thing is we may not need to go in the first round to even get a better defensive alignment. Maybe the answer is in free agency. You know, we had to go back to what we did. Like when we got Devin Kennard, he was a bottom of the round, you know, kind of signing for us. But he's been one of our better players on the defense for the last couple of years since he's been here. That tells me that you do not need to go and spend big money on a player. It's the player himself, that the right player. It's about the right players, not about the money. And that's how they have to be with their money. They have to go and get the right players. It's not always the biggest name on free agency. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's not the most well-known guy, that don't mean he's not the most productive guy. Don't go based off reputation. Go based off production. And I think that's what we have to stick to. We got the big names. We got Snats. He's unhealthy. We got Ashawn. We got Trey Flowers. We have the young linebacker core in Jelani Tavai, who should get better next year. You know what I mean? We have those young aspects. It's about getting the tweaking done this year on the joints. You have to improve the joints. The bodies that come out the draft. We'll get that set. And that's how I think we should do it.
Man, that's good, Lomas. I like that.
How do you win is through the lines. And I was paying attention to some guards and some other individuals in free agency, and there's a lot of young talent out there. You got Brandon Sharif from Washington Redskins, Joe Tooney from the Patriots. That's probably an eye you want to keep on right there. And there's some other guys like Andreas Pete. I want to see some big men in the middle open up holes. Yeah. I want to see holes opened up. That's what I want to see. I want a damn running game.
Yeah,
and
I do, man. I
actually
do.
Get that damn ball going in the middle, because I'm so tired of not running the football and
relying on Stafford all the time.
I'm tired of that, man. I want to see a good defense and able to run the football. Is there any free agents out there, Luke G, that you have an eye on that maybe, you know, it's not the top name out there, but something that could fit our scheme or what we're doing well?
Honestly, and I know one Pride 40 said my obsession with Patricia is unhealthy, but if he's going to be the head coach, then yeah, I can give you a bunch of names. But if he's not going to be the head coach, then the approach has to be different. It's hard to give you a name. So I'm going to go with the assumption that he's going to be the head coach. And if that is the case, if that is absolutely the case, and I think the only thing that they can do is re-up on the offensive line and to invest, in my opinion, in more depth at the linebacker position, because we're lacking in those two spots the most. So I feel like if we can get the depth going in the linebacker position, the offensive line, and the defensive line, cool, I'll take any of those people. So, like I said, you brought up Joe Tunney, which is a guy that I said if the New England Patriots release, do not be surprised if the Lions go out and pick him up because he fits scheme and other things like that. So, but truthfully, I'm hoping that we're talking about something totally different because Matt Patricia is fired.
Well, Abdul Terrell has got a fantastic question, and I'm going to throw it to you, TA. He says, do you trust this staff to put these players in positions to succeed?
No, I don't trust the staff. And the reason why I don't trust them, because it is evident by the product that you got out there right now, and the players are not performing up to the standards, and the pieces are not moving the way I thought that they would move. You know what I mean? When we came into the season, I definitely thought that everything would align itself up. You know, we all thought that the defense was going to be better. And I just do not trust that this staff would be able to do that, because they're showing us in year two that they still haven't got it done. You know, the main thing was, when Bob Quinn, said that 9-7 wasn't enough, then you regressed 2 years later. Then, you're looking at Bob. See, all of us are scratching our head right now, and we're looking at Bob Quinn like, okay, you said 9-7 wasn't all that good, but this record we got right now, this don't look good. And sometimes it's not best to always hire your friends in certain situations. Sometimes it's best to bring in a new face, a new person that knows got the experience in the NFL, but for you to be able to look at it from a different angle. And I think that that's the take that the Lions need to take going forward. And I just don't trust that this staff has what it takes to get it done. Because I'm already for the thing of I want the Force to sell the team. Let's get it in somebody else's hands. I'm not saying that the grass is greener on the other side, but let's get it in somebody else's hands and see, can they turn this franchise around? Because the Force have been with this team for a very, very long time. And I think that the Force are good in the auto business, and they would continue to flourish with that. But as far as running this football organization, I just don't think that they got what it takes to get this team in the right direction. And that's evident by the years of frustration of losing.
And now you just brought up a point about selling the team. Interestingly enough, Jeff Bezos is looking to purchase a franchise, and he has got a lot of money to do so. I think he's the richest man on the planet. Would you want him, Luke G., Bezos, to purchase the Detroit Lions?
Absolutely not. I don't understand this concept of let's experiment. Let's experiment. Everybody want to experiment because we're not spending the money. But let's be honest here. Why would you want to sell the team? To do what? To bring in a guy who, just because he's a fan of football, he's supposed to be able to put the team together? Hold on, TA, hold on.
Okay.
The stuff that's going on right now with these teams, and it's not just the Lions. A lot of that's going on with these teams is you have certain owners where they're putting their hand in too much stuff. Like Jerry Jones' hands is all over that team. So he can take the blunt of saying, yeah, poor ownership is not getting it done. Our owner ain't putting their hand in there. They saying, okay, if you don't get the job done, I'll be the one to fire you. In the meantime, get the job done. But if you sell the team to a guy who had the world's biggest shopping arena, you think he really worried about putting talent in here to make? No. Everybody shop on Amazon. Hell, I just ordered something the other day from Amazon.
I did too, brother.
It's at the house waiting on me. So for me, if we're going to sell a team, I want it. First of all, the team should not be sold. And second of all, if you're going to sell it, you certainly don't sell it to a guy because he's a billionaire who doesn't even know football. For what? It doesn't make sense. And
Hey,
if you
Luke, you don't.
and if you look at it from this standpoint alone, ask yourself this: why does this billionaire, a guy who's a billionaire, like Nike just told him, we're not selling our stuff on your website no more. He was like, okay. You know why? Because he know that he's never gonna be broke. He pays his ex-wife over $100 million in alimony. You think he gonna care about what's going on in Detroit? No, he's gonna move that team to where he can maximize his profits. Nope, do not sell to him.
No, Miss J, what do you think, man?
As far as putting the players in the right position, you know, at the end of the day, you want to say the easy answer is no, but my thing is, it's like I was confused. Why did the defense last year play like a top 10 defense with adding just one player? And then you add guys you know are better this year, and then it goes all the way back to 31st. And my thing is, it's one common denominator on this. Yeah, you could say a lot of it's Paul Pasqualoni, but the other issue was health. Health was a big issue. A lot of players we had never got a chance to really play together. And then on top of that, they're not healthy. And guys you were counting on weren't healthy. Nothing this year went to game plan. The run game didn't show up. And then you got, your tight ends are barely utilized. And then you talk about the defense, which was supposed to be the strong unit. They never got a chance to truly gel together. Then on top of that, they weren't healthy. They were healthy, but they weren't healthy. You know what I'm saying? They were battling injury a lot of miscoordination. And that's why I'm like, I don't know. I want to give them a light and say, yeah, but I'm leaning towards no, because they haven't shown that they can truly develop anybody. And they still aren't developing people fast enough. Like Tracy Walker is developing, but they haven't really hit that curve yet. Now I'm concerned. So I'm going to give them year 3 to show it. But if they don't show it by then it's time to, really, like Luke G is saying, get some people out of here. And then as far as the ownership thing goes, only person I would trust the Lions owning is already dead. And that's Mr. The piece of man for the Tigers. He's the only one, because he actually has a history of Mike Ilitch, because he's the only one who has a construction of winning. Even Bill Davidson, I wouldn't even trust him with Bill Davidson. But at some point, I can't really take a chance on another owner unless I really see they feel and love the sport and understand how to, do what need to be done in the organizational right, like hiring the right guys he knows that can get the impact players on his team. They help us win, and the coaching staff. Other than that, I'm not selling the team.
Hey,
talk to him, Nomis. Talk to him. Tell him again.
Hold on. Say that again, Nomis. At the end, what you said.
I said I'm not taking my chance to any old billionaire that is not passionate about sports, that's not going to get the right coaches and the right system employed that can help develop talent and get the impact players in here that we need to win. And know what I'm saying? Even I have to even give respect to Tom Gores. Tom Gores is one of those guys people wouldn't want to sell their team to, but even he's trying. He went out. He doesn't want to give Andre up. He loves Blake Griffin, and he's willing to sit there and let Coach Casey, who is a basketball guy, develop this team. It's Casey on his end that has to get better, and that's why I like seeing our Tom Gores. But you're not gonna get that lucky. Not that Tom Gores is perfect. You're not gonna get that lucky with the Lions. Lions are literally just a money socket. You buy the team just to sell merchandise and produce money. We trying to win. I give Martha Ford the last few years of her life to get this team to a winner. I trust her right now.
Man, talk to him. Talk to him, Nomis.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Nomis is talking these facts. You put a businessman on a team, he gonna do businessman stuff. Just saying.
Folks,
no, I'm not even. Go ahead, Mike.
We have 51 in the chat. I have no idea how many thumbs up there is. If you have not hit that thumb up, please do so. That would help me out a lot. It would help out the DSA a lot. And it puts a smile on my face, and everyone wants to do that. Now, go ahead, TA.
Yeah, now, Luke, I know you siding with Nomis on this, but I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it in a way of that way, because I'm not saying about the billionaire. I'm just saying for the team, period. You know what I mean? It comes to a point where, okay, we're going through all of these coaches. We're playing coaching carousel, going through all these coaches, going through all these different players. That has not been the issue, and still is not the issue of why this team is not winning like they should be winning. So why not think about considering selling the team, because the team has been, with the force for so long that they have not been able to get this team over the top like they should. And that's why I'm coming at it from that aspect.
When it comes to the Lions selling the team, my fear is whoever they sell it to would take it out of the state of Michigan and out of the city of Detroit. I think that's a big fear of mine because, damn it.
Okay, I can feel that, Mike.
We have Lions fans have been dealing with suck for so long, and I don't want to see this team leave the state of Michigan and do well. That would be like the biggest stab in the heart of all time. I mean, it would be nice to see the Lions do well, but I don't want to see the Hawaiian Lions or the Amazonian Lions or some crazy thing like that. If they're to sell the team, it better be to somebody who loves Detroit as much as we all do, as the fans do. I think that would be the only way I'd go. Eminem, come on, man. Get up, bring up $1 billion, and I'll support you, man.
Now, I know people say Dan Gilbert a lot, and that he might be the only one that will keep the team here. But my thing is, even just because he knows sports, that still does not mean he knows how to help put the words down there and go at the right people to help construct a winning team. You have to understand the rest of your organizations that have won championships. A lot of those guys had owners or at least had owners that understood the game. Bill Davis was cheap, but he still knew Dumars still knew how to go around and help get the talent we need and have a development system to help get us a championship. And Mike Ilitch was willing to spend all the money. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't. A lot of people feel the Tigers wouldn't be in this mess right now if he was still alive. The Forest, give Martha Ford credit about one thing. She did try. She went to a former Giants GM that helped bring in big name defensive players, and she's trying to learn the game. It's old. Her husband did so much damage.
Yes.
It's not even funny. And the thing is, she's not trying to step on Bob Quinn's toes, but I believe she is watching. And that's why I say people have to understand the owner can't really fix the problem. At this point, once you get the right organizational people in there, it's up to the GM at this point and the president. They have to get their job done.
I trust Martha Firestone Ford definitely more than her husband. And Combat Sack says, would you rather them stay and keep losing or leave and win? I would rather them stay and win. So I'm not
exactly. If you can have it your way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it my way. I want them to stay and win, man. That's the way I'm going. But if we lose, interestingly enough, right now the Lions would be at the 11th pick in the NFL draft. If the Lions lose Sunday and a couple teams win by Sunday night, we could be the 7th overall pick. Is taking a loss Sunday better than taking a win? And if we lose, are you rooting for the other teams to win so we drop in the draft? TA.
Oh man,
that's a big
you made it hard for me, man. Man, I don't know what to say, man. I'm lost for words. But basically, what I do know is that if they do lose, you know what I'm saying, they're they're a step closer to getting to a pretty decent pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's tanking is not what I'm about. I don't want the team to tank or anything like that. I want them to go out and perform and compete like they always do on every Sunday. So I gotta say right now, you know what I'm saying? Losing right now for them, I guess, when you're in this position, you probably need to lose. And as crazy as it is, you probably need to lose because you need to get some type of player that's going to be in the draft that's going to be a game changer for this franchise. They need that still. They still need that player like we said earlier, we still need that player that's kind of like a Sue, that guy that's going to get out there, got that dog in him, and he's going to get the team fired up and ready to go on Sundays. And they still need that. They still don't have that player yet. So,
I never root to lose, and I'll still never root to lose. But if we do lose, in which I do believe so, I tell you what, I am going to root for those other teams to win. Because that means we drop by default.
Come on, Mike.
The way you did that was real slick. He said, I'm not going to root to lose, but I am going to root for them other teams to win.
Right.
Hey, that's 4 spots in one day, man.
Hey, man, because we don't stand a chance in the postseason, man.
No. What say you, Luke? This is the great question, man.
For me, tanking or any type of attempt of not winning a game to me is just a sign of weakness. I expect this team to go out and perform. That's what I want to see. Yeah, the season may be lost, but man, where's the pride at in you as a man? Where's that at? I want to see you get mad. I want to see that if because right now we don't think we got no dogs. Somebody can step up and be the big dog on these last few weeks. I want to see who that guy is, and anybody who can't follow suit behind them, well, let them fall with the pieces made late. But in my opinion, I'm with you. I'm not rooting for my team to lose ever. I'm not looking for a tank job. I don't want to talk about tanking. Tanking is for losers.
Okay. I'm 100% with you there in the W. If the Lions lose, are you rooting for those other teams to win?
Not one bit. Not one bit. There's no reason for it. Because to me, to root for those other teams is just the same for me to say that I want them to lose. I'm not rooting for nobody that's not the Lions outside my Seahawks and the Bucks. But I'm not rooting for any team that I love. Team that I love. I'm telling you right now that when I watch those games, I'm expecting a performance. I'm expecting them to do it. I'm not going to root for the other squad. The only thing I'm going to root for them to do is break all their legs as we roll them over. That's all I care about. Get the win and finish strong.
I tell you what, though, I never root for a loss, and I never will. Hopefully the Lions beat the Cowboys, but I don't believe it's going to happen, and I'm not going to lie. When we do lose, and when it's over, I'm going to be looking at those other teams and saying, okay, what's taking place here, man? Are we falling down the draft? No, miss. What say you, man? If we take an L Sunday, are you rooting for other teams those bottom feeders to win?
Man, look, at this point, if we know we not gonna make the playoffs, I'm not gonna sit here and push the turn tank. Normally I would, but I'm not. I'm gonna be nice this year. I will say this. If we're not destined to make the playoffs this year, can we at least win the last 3 games against our divisional rivals? And if we can't, try to beat the Cowboys, and then that's it. And just be competitive in the rest of the games. I don't care at that point. Just be competitive. Because you know what also people want to stress about tanking? I feel it's bad when a team play like crap all year and then wait till when it's over and now they want to show they real face. Like, y'all could have been doing this ahead of time. Why wait now? That's the only thing I will say about that. For people who still want them to be competitive, they should have been competitive from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? The defense now want to play better when it's already over and the pressure's off. Play good when the pressure's on. That's how I feel with people who get offended because they don't like being called when they say they want to tank and people criticize them about it. I will say that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I say win against your divisional rivals to sport day. Try to beat the Cowboys and then just be competitive every other game. If you win or lose, it is what it is. Like I said, the only way the Lions are going to be a successful team is not always with the earliest pick or even the latest pick. Is how strategists. I can never say that word right. How they are strategists in the draft on what they need. If they may not need to go in there for a defensive lineman in the first round, but they still need help on the offensive line. That's how it's like a puzzle. You got to think that way. You can't let the pick, how high or how low the pick is determine if your team is going to be a winner or not. You got to have the coaching staff for that.
One Pride 40 is going to throw a boot at my head if I don't ask this question because he asked it like 5 times. He says, how much would we trade for Slay? Luke G, how much you think we could get for him?
I'm telling you, I think his price dropped significantly. He's probably going. I mean, we'll be lucky to get a third. I'm not bullying.
Yep.
We would be lucky to get a third. You're talking about a guy who's going to be 29 on the last year of his deal. He's openly criticizing the team, the coaching staff, and their parents and their dogs and their friends. He has no regard or any loyalty at this point. The only loyalty he's going to have is a paycheck. So it's going to come down to you either 1, paying him to be quiet, or 2, basically looking at it from the standpoint of who's going to offer you anything higher than a third to a fourth. If they know for a fact he can hold out and not having no problem with it. I don't think we can fetch much for him. I just don't. And I know 140 Pratt also asked a question earlier about who would I want for a head coach? Rex Ryan. I just think we need somebody with some attitude because at this point, the Caldwell standing there looking like he got caught pooping with his pants down, and Matt Patricia looking like he want to eat his face so he don't have to stand there, is not going to get it.
Yeah, I think it'd be significantly less than what we could have traded him on the deadline because you got to understand he had 2 years on his deal, and that really made it much more valuable for us. Now he's going to have 1 year on his deal. He's older, and I think the value drops. I do think it drops, and unfortunately, I don't want that to happen. But I think it's going to drop. I also believe that teams know that he don't even want to be on the team anymore, so that hurts the value as well. Hopefully, if and when he does get traded, we can get, like JMO says, a second-round pick for him.
Oh, speaking of JMO, what's up, JMO?
What's good, JMO? What's good, man? Okay, so Luke G, I know this is what a lot of people have been asking me so far throughout the day. And a lot of commenters are saying, you want Matt Patricia gone. Who do you want in his place? I already know who you want, but I think the people are waiting for your answer.
Yeah, it's two people for me. It's gotta be Rex Ryan. He's on my list because I look at Rex Ryan, and at first, I'm telling you the truth. When I first heard the name Rex Ryan, I looked at it and I said, nah, this ain't gonna work. I sat down and I talked to Marcus Landon, and shout out to Marcus Landon, man. He got a channel over there, so make sure you check him out. But he made some points, and then I said, you know what? Them points you make is very good. He did take a trash team, team 8 in the Buffalo Bills in that division. He went 8-8 in that division. He was able to give competition, and had he went to any NFC team, he'd have been better off. But nope. Guess what makes him special? He has a competitive spirit. He stayed in that division just because he wanted to beat Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. You want a coach with attitude? It's Rex Ryan. The second person that I would take, if he's willing to come here, is David Shaw from Stanford. I will offer that man a whole lot to leave that school because I believe he is that good of a coach. If it's not one of them two, then, you know, we going to pray about it because put me as the next coach candidate but for me, it's got to be Rex Ryan. And when I drop my video explaining in detail why, I'm pretty sure many of you will look at it the same way I did and go, wow, it makes the most sense.
Now, Boo says the only thing that will win would be Rex Ryan and Rob Ryan and trading Matthew Stafford for Matt Ryan. Is there any more Ryans that could join this team that we could be the Detroit Ryans? I think that would be a question.
I mean, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? I mean, but you also got to keep in mind this too. The goal is to find leadership that the team can reflect. Can you name the top player? Here's another. I'll give you another little tidbit from one of my videos. Who else can come in here, take a team that got 3-4 players already ready to lock and loaded to go and get the most out of them outside of Rex Ryan? Who is that coach?
I think I like what JMO says here with Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy is going to make it a 4-3. So now you're talking about rechanging our defense, and that means bringing in new personnel.
Which they play better. They play better under the 4-3 to me.
Yeah, they play better.
I love the 4-3 better. But if I'm talking about a facelift, I just need somebody to take what we have and make it better. Rex Ryan can get that done.
I like the Tony Dungy, man. I think he's a Detroit guy.
See, Rex Ryan don't run a hybrid defense, though, do we? No.
But listen, we don't need a hybrid defense. Look at this team right now. It is set up for the 3-4. They lied to us and told us it was going to be a hybrid defense. It's not hybrid at all.
3-4 base.
It's not a 3-4 right now.
It's 3-4 base, man.
I would say it's an 0-11, but with all the 12 man on the field, it's an 0-12 right now, man.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. And listen, you got to take into account, you want a head coach with coaching experience, right?
Ooh,
so if I want a head coach with coaching experience who already has had success in this league with Mark Sanchez. Like, of all the quarterbacks, it was Mark Sanchez. Right. You want to hear somebody, he won after LaDainian Tomlinson got hurt. He still found ways to produce the run game and move the offense.
I want a proven Super Bowl champion. I think Tony Dungy would be. I love that target, man.
Hey, I like it. Hey, I like what one of the guys in the chat said.
Coach.
James Tarkinsley, he said Mike McCarthy. That is not bad.
No.
That's not bad. That's not a bad pickup.
It's not. We probably would have a running game under him, but then again, it's the Lions. You never know. He might switch up. The problem is, regardless of the offense, I need the Lions to have a defense. And to me, he doesn't put the effort and time into the defense. You know what I mean? Years he let those old guys stay there on Green Bay and never really put no effort into it. No matter, I mean, every third round, defensive lineman. This player in this round. And it's like, dude, you mean to tell me out of all these players y'all get on defense, or all those veterans, only one person name I would hear on defense is late Martinez and a late garbage time Clay Matthews. No. No, I like Mike McCarthy, but another time, another place.
Now, hold on. Let me say something, Luke. Hold on, let me say something right quick. Now, a lot of people got.
Yes.
I love you, man.
Yeah. Now, hey, I want to talk about this because a lot of people in the chat is talking about it. They're talking about Jim Harbaugh. Now, a lot of people say that they would take Jim Harbaugh. He would be better in the NFL. But I look at it like this. If we're dogging Jim Harbaugh now as a Michigan coach, we're going to be dogging him as if he become a Detroit Lions coach. So what difference do it really make if he's coaching Michigan or come to the Detroit Lions?
I got something for that. Yeah, you know what? You make an excellent point on that. The reason why I would give him another chance in NFL, because although Colin Kaepernick did kind of help a bit, reason why he was able to pull the stuff off. Yeah, remember, he helped build a real good defense down there in San Francisco.
He did. I agree with that, Noman.
And at the end of the day, one thing else he did was have a run game. And we see a lot of that get overused in college. I just think college football runs so different. And I feel like sometimes these guys get these NFL personnel come be head coach over there. They expect to see what they see in the NFL, but it's go run different. I just think he should just never went back to college football. I think he should have stayed as an NFL coach. Maybe he would be inconsistent in certain ways because at some point, you got to understand Detroit coaches are going to be real good for us, but at the same time, there's going to be a lot of things we don't like about him. I mean, even with the Tigers manager, I mean, I love him, but at some point, people got to be patient with him. And it's like with Jim Harbaugh, I would love him. You got Matthew Stafford. Are you kidding me?
Hey, what about Urban Meyer? Would you take Urban Meyer?
Y'all, listen, y'all killing me. First of all, Jim Harbaugh was smart to get out of the NFL and go college because he was starting to get exposed. That college stuff he was running was getting figured out, and you had old people like Ray Lewis helping destroy it, one play at a time. Then you bring up Urban Meyer. No, we need a person with legitimate NFL success and experience. That's what we need. I'm not being funny, but has anybody noticed what
out there, Luke? It's not too many of them out there.
Listen. If you look at Darrell Bevel, he sat out for a year, right? He sat out for a year. He came back rejuvenated. Our offense was doing pretty good. We was moving the ball. We had more creative play calling. Rex Ryan has been sitting out already. I believe you get more creative play calling with him, and he don't have to come in and blow the whole squad up. He got enough pieces already.
His defense always sucked, though. To me, I never seen his defense. So wait. His defense always sucked, is what you say, right? Don't get me wrong.
I know Patricia's is.
I was just gonna say his defenses have ranked higher. His defense have ranked higher than Matt Patricia's.
Yeah, but we don't know if he go keep Darrell Bevel either, though. That's the thing. We don't know who he go bring in here.
Man, they made Matt Patricia keep that dude with them 3 letters we won't say. They made him keep him, so they should force Rex Ryan to keep Darrell Bevel.
He made that decision on his own.
Folks, before I get into the last words and I'll throw it to the panel, why don't everyone in the chat please tell Nomis to get up on here more? Man, because he's been killing some words
tonight.
Talk
to him.
Yeah, Nomis been on fire today, man.
Jay, tell this guy to get up in here more on the round table. So I want to see y'all hit up on Nomis on this chat here and see it going. If you haven't not hit the like button, please do so. That will make me smile, man, because I'm a cool guy. Subscribe to everybody on this panel right now. And I'm going to go ahead and do the last words right now. Luke G, man, what do you got to say to the folks?
Again, people, thank y'all for coming and showing up to be a part of the show. I do apologize. I was in and out. I'm on daddy duty and everything else you can name it, but I wanted to make sure I was here for my brothers and still be a part of the show and be here for you guys because I believe in one pride. So even if I was falling behind a little bit, I made sure I came back up full force to keep myself behind y'all for the one pride love, man. So as always, I like to end the show on a good note. don't spend too much time trying to prove yourself to others. The only person you have to prove yourself to is yourself. And if you remember that, the only challenge you will ever face is beating your best record. And that in and of itself is enough competition. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you subscribe to the members of the DSA. And don't be no chump, please. Please do your research.
Now to the man of the hour, the guy that's been lighting it up and putting fires underneath our asses, man. That's No Miss Jay. No Miss, what do you got to say to the folks out there?
Hey, I just want to say thank y'all. I really kind of needed this, man. If y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all know I just put out a tweet saying I'm not really feeling too good. I'm depressed, man, and a lot of stuff going on. I might make a video later on tonight about it, but other than that, it was real good, here with the round table. I'm glad I came in time this time as well. As I know.
Yes.
It's messed up because he didn't want leaving. Now he didn't want jumping in and out. But okay, but yeah, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, and please, man, God bless everybody on this stream with me, including 313 JMO, Positively Detroit, the rest of the DSA family, man. Don't forget, we coming at y'all with Above the Rim this Saturday. At an undisclosed time. We had to wait for Detroit Drew, so stick to his channel. Make sure you guys keep updated, and whatever he says, I'll try to make a quick 30-second, little happy video for y'all. And keep following us. God bless y'all in the chat, man. Everybody out there, peace.
Why I love Thursdays the most at night is because one man gets to be on that is not usually on, and that's Noble Sports, Mr. TA himself, man. I'm so happy you got to get on. We got to say to the folks out there.
Man, great show again, guys. We appreciate everybody that came in the room on today. We like to thank you guys for coming out tonight. You know how we do it, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to all of the DSA members. We appreciate you all. Even though we're a fan base, man, that we all think different, man, and that's something that I want to say. We're not all group think. Some of us think outside the box, and some of us have different opinions from one another. And as long as we can respect one another as far as opinions go and things of that nature, we're cool with everything. Everything is cool because everybody has an opinion. So definitely, man, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And that's just the facts on that. But we appreciate everybody for coming on to the show tonight. Make sure you guys watch the DSA Above the Rim on Saturday. And as always, you know it. Good morning, good evening, and good night.
Folks, the game is Sunday. Pre-game and post-game show will be either on Luke G channel or my channel or both. We will give you that information out as soon as we know. And we'll be excited to talk about the game and what takes place. So I'm always humbled to see that everybody came out. Buffed Up says Merry Christmas because that happened to Nomis before, and which is funny. But hey, truly appreciate you guys coming out. This is the reason why we keep doing it, man. We get to talk sports, even though this disastrous of a season's taking place. Man, nothing makes me more happier than coming on the round table and seeing the chat get live and having some fun with that, man.
And Mike,
go ahead, man.
One last thing. Please, everybody, send y'all prayers tonight with my big brother, Everything King, man. I'm quite sure most of y'all know what today is. Please keep him in y'all prayers, man. I had the pleasure of talking to him yesterday. So he just, of course, not to speak for him, but he thanks everybody, man, for looking out. And appreciate y'all, man. From the bottom of our hearts, that guy is the totem pole of us as video makers. And, it's a shame for him to go through it. So just keep him in y'all spirits tonight, man.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Always, man. That's what King is. He's everything to us. That's everything King. With that said, folks, again, be prepared for more videos to drop. And, of course, the pregame, postgame show Sunday and Above the Rim. With that said, adios.
Facts.